Hey everybody, Kent Corser here. I am currently in the basement of my house, also known as the Man Cave of Steel, dedicated to all things, as you can clearly see, Rickey Henderson. It's an honor to be asked to kind of walk through this space. I figure I'll do a quick walkthrough, kind of show you some various walls, and then we'll come back and go through it a little bit slower. So, multiple items down here, multiple walls. As you can see, it kind of spans really this side of the basement. I live in Kansas City, so I also have Royals and Chiefs stuff on other walls. But we're here today to talk about Rickey. So this is the main wall, kind of as you come down those stairs, and then it goes around the corner over here. That shows that we've officially made it to the Man Cave of Steel. Got this space. Everything wraps around this ping pong table. Got a couple display cases that we'll talk more in depth about. Custom mats, which are so fun. Another case. So my love for Rickey started back in 1987 when I got a complete set of Topps baseball cards for Christmas. And I had never been into cards before. It was kind of my first foray into the hobby. And I started to collate the cards by team and by player, color, you name it. And Rickey had a whole bunch of cards. And so I kind of literally said to myself, that guy must be good. And I've never stopped collecting the person since then. So it's amazing how a little spark can create, a lifetime's worth of dedication and commitment to one player in the hobby in general. But that's what that moment was for me. So it always started off with cards. It was cards for years, especially as a child. Never really got into posters or art, memorabilia, none of that. So to this day, I still consider myself a Rickey Henderson card guy. But as you can clearly see, it has expanded, and I've really grown in appreciation for custom art and pieces that I can make work for the space. So a lot of people ask, like, how do you decide where to hang stuff? And for me, when I first started, it was all about putting placement of items that I like on the wall. And I actually started with some of these bigger pieces. And then I started to work around it. But a lot of it then was filling different areas for specific holes that there are. So some things like this Mizuno sign was specifically made for that size and everything to fill kind of that awkward space between the frames. And now it's all seamless. So there's a lot of work and effort and thought kind of put into how you're going to leverage different spaces. I have a sticker wall because, again, this is kind of a small area to put photos or anything else. So I've dedicated it to stickers. I love stickers, so it works out really, really well. I try to cover all the doors in this space. I always figured that's good real estate. They're obviously still fully functional, so why not? As a kid, I always wanted to walk into a baseball card store and just see a display case full of nothing but Rickey Henderson stuff. And of course, that wasn't a thing, especially in the Kansas City market. So as an adult, that's what I did. I have created a display case that is 100% dedicated to all things Rickey, with some of my favorite cards from over the years, everything from older stuff to, yesterday. And almost everything in this case is predominantly autographed or rare in some sort of fashion. But it's all about color and stuff for me as well. So I try to group colors together. And I have a 1982 Mizuno game use cleat in there that says best wishes Rickey Henderson. And that was his record breaking year where he stole 130 bases. I love Mizuno. I love the branding, the green shoelaces, just everything about that. This is one of Rickey's rarest cards back there in the middle, the black and white. It's the 1977 Chong minor league rookie card. It's actually one of the rarest rookie cards out there, let alone Rickey cards. So that's kind of a grail item. Have a whole custom little stand for it with the Modesto A's. I love 5-star cards, so I'm always seem to be highlighting those. Big fan of anything that has green or any, frankly, of the teams that Rickey played for of those same colors from their jerseys. So you'll see a lot of, again, I love the color of cards. And I love Rickey's signature. I mean, it's just absolutely classic. And it's really hard to find a bad signature of his from over the years. And so a lot of these cards, again, in this particular case, are all signed. I do have some other rare regional items like these California Highway Patrol Padres cards. That's the Hall of Fame ticket. That's a photo proof of Rickey from some super famous cards back in the day from Score, Dream Teams. All sorts of fun little things. Again, every part of this display case, every shelf, you can kind of see every square inch has been kind of thoughtfully thought through. And with at least the vision of most cards being seen, I mean, you can see it's getting a little tricky, but I love the challenge, and I have to stack a few. But even from underneath, like, I actually kind of think through, like, what do these look like from the other side? So having an all glass case is a lot of fun. It really allows that shine and that color to be seen. Of course, tons of binders. Love all the cards and binders. I love being able to go through all my cards very easily. And binders, I believe, allows me to do that. And then I have a whole section of Rickey Henderson rookie cards dedicated down there and all that plastic. So there's 50 of those there. This is kind of what it looks like when it's all laid out. But I was lucky to be able to get a lot of those super cheap, especially, again, in the Kansas City market. Not a lot of Rickey Henderson collectors that were fighting me. They wanted George Brett, Bo Jackson, Frank White, and all the Royals greats, where I was going after, well, in '87, the Yankees guy. Lots of fun little pieces here, custom Funkos. I love 939. That's his all-time stolen base record, May 1st, 1991. So there's a big 939 theme kind of all over my collection. Again, I love his autograph, so that's actually made out of wood. So anything I can do to highlight the autograph, I will. And you'll see a lot of various art cards. Project 2020 custom frame to make it look like the 1980 rookie card. That set in 2020 when we were all inside really kind of took off from an art perspective. And so card art was already a thing, but this really took it to the next level. And so I love that, because again, we've talked about how I really like the art side of it and custom pieces. And so infusing cards with art is a big thing for me, and has kept me super excited because it's limitless. Love this black and white painting that I had done with just his bright green Mizuno batting gloves painted. Again, I love Mizuno. You'll see kind of Mizuno stuff all over the place. And this is actually my wedding gift from my amazing wife of 20 years. And so that's when I knew she was the one, when she literally presented this to me. And I entrusted her with some items and didn't know what she was going to do with them. And I'm glad I did, because this shadow box is super special and unique. Again, a couple more Mizuno items. And while we're on the topic of card art, I've actually dedicated an entire display stand just to some various card art pieces that I've worked on. Multiple levels. Again, every part of this has kind of been thought through. Super unique stuff that you'll never see anywhere else. A lot of these are one-of-ones. And that's the joy that I get from working with artists, is you kind of create what you want that you've never seen before. I mean, you've never seen a card with Rickey and his mom for Mother's Day with an actual mother's cookie, frosted cookie embedded into it. Yeah, you've never seen that before. So that's the kind of dedication slash sickness that I have. But I love being able to dream up different visions and have these amazing talented artists out there make it a reality, because I have no artistic ability, but I have a good vision of kind of what I want. And so I love working with artists to make it happen. And again, highlighting cards with the Mizuno glove. Like, none of the mainstream guys make that stuff, so all that has to be custom. Cards like that, gum cards. You know, I mean, literally looks like it's gum, but the amazing Matthew Lee Rosen paints that. So this has been a fun project over, you know, several years, but I definitely love having a dedicated space for it. And again, since it's glass, you can just see things from every single angle. There's a base embedded into that. I mean, look at that background. That card's just super cool. So I literally consider every single one of these cards a lot more special than anything that the main guys produce, because they're all about pumping profit and getting things out with the same images over and over again. Here I can work with artists to get whatever image that I want with whatever color I want. And I think it makes for a much more exciting and unique collection. And so I spend a considerable amount of time working with different artists on different ideas, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Again, custom mats, super, super cool, highlighting that just iconic 1980 Rickey card. I love photos, lithographs of all kinds. Sweet Mizuno poster, again highlighting 939. Lots of various 8x10s. Gotta have light switch covers. You'll kind of see that throughout the space, even my power outlet covers. I have some custom boxes for cards to go in that don't fit in the display case, so those are super cool and fun. The skateboard's a big hit, painted by Aaron Hill, and it's literally painted on a skate deck, so that always gets a lot of attention when people view the space. Super unique and fun item. Got this Provision Artist Proof by Terry Smith, signed by both Terry and Rickey. One of the most iconic insert sets of our hobby. Love signed baseballs. Got a whole bunch of fun ones from like an 81 Gold Glove, 93 Championship, 2002 Gamer with the Red Sox. San Diego 3000 hits, this custom painted ball, which highlights his slide from number 939. Little custom inscription from Rickey to me. His latest biography called Rickey by Howard Bryant. I've been blessed enough to actually be featured in, so there's a picture of the collection in that book, full color. Some stories of my my times meeting Rickey with my son at Field of Dreams, and Rickey was nice enough to sign that page as well. So super cool, fun, unique item there as well. Got another custom wood box back there. I love nostalgia that ties like the 90s and stuff together. So things like this Nintendo poster. I mean, my childhood was Nintendo and RBI baseball, and add in Rickey Henderson and then merge them together, and this is what you get. So I love those sort of collaborations and bringing all that stuff together. To go back to this wall, again, I have stuff all the way up here too. Super sweet marker drawing done here. I love how the slide, you know, the leading off and the transition to different teams, and then straight into the head first slide. It's really well executed with the 939 image in the background the whole entire time. One of my favorite pieces. Absolutely love it. All sorts of little trinkets and these little cubby holes. Love bobbleheads. Bobbleheads are amazing. So little tiny things. There's Rickey signing the book that I just talked about. Super special moment. That was actually here in Kansas City last October. Love this one. This is a 1982 mosaic built out of baseball cards. So 1982 Topps card built out of several different types of sports cards. So you can see those 92 classic pink cards were used to make the border for 82. There's lots of little Easter eggs hidden in here from the artist. Absolutely amazing. I love this poster because it basically looks like one ginormous refractor from side to side. Not to mention the art is just incredible. Rickey Henderson doesn't sign bases, so why am I showing you a base that's signed by Rickey Henderson? It was never supposed to happen, and luckily Steiner had a whole bunch of custom bases made. He was there for a signing to sign other items, and they kind of surprised him with the bases, and he went ahead and decided to sign them while he was there. And so there's a limited number of those that have been made, and I was super fortunate enough to find one. Super cool piece. Not only the inscription, but again, every side of it's been custom. So Steiner did a really, really good job, and I'm glad that Rickey went ahead and signed those because, yeah, I'll never get a signed base anywhere else. Again, some custom Big League Chew. Pretty cool. I actually have one for both the A's and the Yankees. It's actually out of Australia. So the collection is worldwide. I have cards from artists in France and everywhere else. So kind of fun to think about, and just that aspect of like, wow. Little painted cards here. Every team is represented. Rickey played for 9 teams in his 25-year career. As you can see, a lot of the space is dedicated to the Oakland A's because that is his identity. That's how he went into the Hall of Fame. But as a fan, I was a fan of all his teams. I was the biggest Padres fan when he played for him. I was the biggest Toronto Blue Jay fan in '93, and they won the World Championship. So all the teams he played for were absolutely my favorites. I happen to really like the colors of the Athletics, so that works really well in the space. Have a dedicated little custom blanket here with all the teams that he played for. That's kind of fun. So yeah, I would say I'm definitely in favor of Rickey, obviously in the A's uniform, but I was only a fan of all those teams because Rickey played for them. So we come over here, got a sweet pennant. Absolutely love that piece. Again, Mizuno custom, or not, that's not a custom, sorry. But that advisory staff poster, super fun. Again, I just love all the Mizuno stuff. Cool prints. I try to always get number 24 out of whatever edition it's out of when I can. So super cool. That's me meeting Rickey again with him signing the book. That was the actual event by GT Sports Marketing, so I was able to get the sign as well. Love the custom, small, little painted images from various teams. These cool custom tiles. Again, that's my first card ever. So I have to honor that, and I love 1987 Topps. And I love that Topps traded card. Lots of different various art pieces again. It's a super unique piece. I love this one. Crooks. Guilty. Gotta have fun with it, everybody. You gotta have fun. That's what keeps you going. I love magazine covers. I actually remember as a kid, you know, the Topps magazine and this being in it. And I'm not sure whatever happened to my original copy, but I was always enamored by the art of this and how they used Rickey Henderson in the same font as Athletics, and just super cool. So to have it now and have it framed, I just absolutely love it. I love retro Rickey. Those early 80s A's jerseys, frankly, just can't be beat. I think they're the nicest jerseys ever. So anything that has the retro Rickey stuff, I just absolutely love. And the fact that I now own one of those in my collection, that sign that you saw earlier, just super, super cool. So there's one more piece I'm going to end with. I'm going to do kind of one more quick pan of the space. There's some Rickey highlights with the Dodgers. How about that? 2003, it's where he ended his career. So I'm going to show you one final piece, maybe the most special one to me. It's from my boys for Father's Day a couple years ago. They commissioned this amazing Rickey Henderson rookie card to be custom made for me, and it says Kent Corser collection in the corner. So that's the only item you see when you walk, when you open up the basement door. So this is what you're introduced with. I didn't want to put anything else around it. Just wanted this to stand all alone, all by itself forever. So that means an absolute ton to me. So probably no better way than to end this walkthrough with that. But again, really appreciate being asked to do this. I love being able to talk about and share anything Rickey Henderson. So hopefully we can do this again. Thanks, everybody.